Well, the Democrats are eating themselves again. This is between in Texas. I'm not gonna say that. Jasmine Crockett and Terrific Tallarico. I'm not gonna make the names on this one. And how the Democratic Party doesn't really believe in democracy as far as giving everybody a chance to vote. And this is with Stephen Colbert's show. There's this rule that you got to give everybody equal time on your shows, which is funny because every time I watch Stephen Colbert, I've never seen a conservative on it. And they're very few. It's mostly people on his side he invites and he likes them and they like each other. And they say, yeah, liberal, and clap. Well, now they're saying they're not having fair coverage. Sorry, thought I said something. And that he needs to cover other people. But this is only amongst the Democrats. And I'm talking about between the two, Jasmine Crockett and Tallarico. You see, Tallarico's gotten plenty of time on Stephen Colbert, and he didn't actually air it and complained about not airing it because of that rule. And now Jasmine Crockett is now saying that it's a whole bunch of racism going on in the party. That's what the problem is. Now, I don't even think it's actually racism. What I actually think it is they think Jasmine Crockett is a bit too far with it on the left side, or more too extreme, and Tallarico's a bit more moderate in a state like Texas, which is fairly right-leaning for the most part. So the Democrats are choosing Tallarico because they want him to win, sort of sidelining Jasmine Crockett. But actually, for once, Jasmine Crockett's right about something. Not the actual racism part. I would disagree on that somewhat. She has highlighted that there's situations where they darkened her skin or something, things of that nature. I like dark skin women myself, but I digress. So I don't look at that as bad. She's saying it's racism, but I think it's actually that they think she's not a good fit because of her character. Actually. And that's saying a lot for Democrats. It's kind of a progress for them. But also, the part where they crap on the progress is where they're not really allowing her to get a chance. They're trying to put him in the forefront, so the Democrats end up voting for him instead of her. And now I'm thinking, neither one of them are probably going to win in Texas. But the reason they're choosing Tallarico is not because they think he's the better candidate. They think he's the safer candidate. Which, again, it's not really great reasons to be deciding who you're deciding. It's sort of like, do you want to take the red pill, blue pill type of thing in Matrix? No, it's not actually, because one of those pills actually opens your mind. Neither one of their decisions are really about using your mind and being open-minded. But it's entertaining to watch because they're arguing. And basically, she's saying that Colbert lied because Colbert said, this is what they've said, right? That it's all because of Trump is why this rules came up. That's why this is all happened, and we had to take that interview with Tallarico down. And that Jasmine Crockett's actually calling BS, saying no. And apparently from the network as well, they offered Stephen Colbert to do other options as well as Tallarico, and he just decided to do none of it. So it wasn't Trump. It was his decision not to have Tallarico put out there because he didn't want to interview Jasmine Crockett, actually. But there you go. That shows it's all Trump's fault. It had nothing to do with Trump, nothing to do with Republicans. It's just Democrats trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like election interference, really, amongst their own party. Now, this doesn't sound crazy to me, because remember how Kamala all of a sudden was just running for president? They didn't have a vote or anything. And even Barack Obama, which I give him credit for, said we should have some kind of vote or vetting process. Yeah, not just pick somebody. Yeah, the Democrats don't believe in any kind of democratic decisions when it comes to choosing their leaders. They want it to be what the people in power of the party think it is, not what the people in the party themselves that can vote on it is. Which is kind of funny because they're the ones that say they're for everybody voting by not having voter ID, but amongst their party, they don't even want to have a vote. I mean, they did that in the previous presidential elections. Think about it. Just another one of those reasons. I could probably think of 1,000 Well, maybe 100 reasons why I'm not a Democrat, and this is just another one of them. It ain't me, people. I just watch how people behave and see how the group works, and it just doesn't work for me, and it doesn't seem to work for them either. Why would you follow that party for? Unless you were getting paid, which is probably the case for most people that are in front of a screen. Well, not YouTube, but you know what I mean, like on the news.